Yo, what's going on Twitch and YouTube? Welcome to another legendary tabletop live stream. Another episode of Final Girl. So today we got Final Girl, the Eyeless. This is the feature film is Final Girl, Don't Make a Sound. So it's the Eyeless at the Utopia. Alright, let's try that. Let's try that. Oh, why is my, Okay, seems a little better. Might be a little too loud. Alright. So today we got, another episode of Final Girl. So this is going to be Don't Make a Sound. The Eyeless at the Utopia. I've already got everything set up. And this was a feature film from Series 3. Apparently I missed this one. I don't know how. But we definitely missed it. We've already chosen a Final Girl too. So the two Final Girls were Megan and Rhonda. So we can look at them. We can take a look. We have Megan here. I think we are going to choose Megan. So Megan... gotta save 5 victims to unlock her ultimate ability. She gets 2 life back. She moves a space, takes a sprint action card, reduces the horror by 2. And then let's look at her ultimate. So, oh, and she has 5 health. Her ultimate ability is when the killer moves into your space or you move into theirs. You may recover a health. If you are already at full health, reduce the horror instead. Let's look at Rhonda real quick. I think we are going to go with Megan though. So Rhonda's got 6 health, unlocks her ultimate after saving 4 victims, gets a health back, moves 1 space, takes a search action card, and reduces the horror by 2. And then for her ultimate ability... when this power is revealed, gain time equal to the Bloodlust level. Bloodlust starts the game at 0. The fuck? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. When Bloodlust increases, you gain time for each additional victim saved to gain a health. And then for Megan, it was for each additional victim saved, gain a time. And this one's got a couple of special rules. Really nothing crazy, though. We're just going to go over it real quick. So this one is... I want to say this is based on... I want to say this is based on A Quiet Place. I mean, it gives Quiet Place vibes, right? Like we have this eyeless killer, operates on sound. If anyone's ever seen A Quiet Place, it's really good. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them by now. But yeah, so this is the Eyeless here. Target the final girl, closest victim, move 1 space. Okay. We have some noise trackers. Let's look at the location real quick. So this is the Utopia. We have canned chili at the bunker. We've got a flare gun at the general store. We have a hubcap at the sheep farm. We have a victim here, 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 2 here, 1 here on the exit, 1 here, 1 here. Killer starts here. Final girl starts here. 3 victims here and 2 victims at the general store. So these orange spaces are searchable spaces. These green spaces are exit spaces. And every other space looks pretty much named aside from these boulder spaces. So the boulder spaces are safe from worm attacks apparently. So our first event card was maintenance check. So place 2 additional victims at the electrical tower. So we did that. The electrical tower is here. And then we discard this card. And we have the setup card up there. But I think we're ready to go. Yo, Trick Game, what's happening, my dude? I missed this one somehow. This is part of series 3, right? Yo, is this based on A Quiet Place? That's the only thing I can think of. It being based on that movie, that A Quiet Place. Because we have some noise cards here. Quiet Place plus Terror from Below. Oh, Terror from Below. Okay, I haven't seen that one. That makes sense because of the sandworms, right? That's more little Dune-y vibes for me. Like, I love Dune. Dune's one of my favorite movies ever. So as we're... each action card we do is going to increase the noise level by 1. So... And then items, I guess we choose how loud each item is going to be. We have things that could be heard by others near you in the same space. Melee type attacks, pole vaulting, etc. are going to be +1 noise every time we use them. And then we have a +3 noise, so it could be heard at a distance in other spaces, gunshots, a whistle, vehicle use, etc. So the noise markers down here on the time track, we use the time track to keep track of the noise. Each action card is going to raise the noise level by 1. Bro, you still have ads. That's crazy. I didn't know Twitch, Twitch did ads. That's wild. We're gonna have to give you a sub or something. Part of the ads go to your revenue, so that is good. I don't make any money on here. I'm not sure how to. That's not really my goal. But it would be nice if I did, right? For all the hours I put in. I'm really just out here because I like board games. And to be honest, watching other people play board games is how I learned to play most of the board games. So like, I just figure, if I can maybe make a mistake here and there, help somebody out. You never know. I do have to update my payment method, but we will gift you a subscription here in a minute. It's kind of crazy that they run ads, right? Actually, can't we turn them off? We should be able to. I mean, if we're not making money on them, why run them? I have no clue how to do any of this stuff. You have subs, you get revenue. If not, please activate it. I want to see you grow. Yeah, me too. It would be great. I've been doing this for quite some time. Um, yeah, we should start gifting some subs out there. We have subs. We might have one subscription. The one thing that I never realized is that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can use you get one free Twitch Prime a month. So, I don't know if you can use it to gift. We usually use it on whoever. Like we did analysis paralysis 1 month. What the Penelope Gaming? I have Prime, but I use it on Paula channel. That's smart. She's like, I was checking her out, dude. She's deep in the Final Girl, man. I can't believe she rated me, and I was like, yeah, man, you're the man. All right, bro. I thought it was a dude. I didn't see the A in Paula, and you can't gift it, yeah. It's all good, though. We'll gift you a subscription here once I can, I don't know if I'm comfortable whipping out my credit card on camera. I don't know how often the ads come up. We can mess with that stuff later. Or, yeah, I don't even have my wallet here. So, he says nobody would. It's true. Nobody would be comfortable. But, yeah, so every one of these actions we do is going to increase the noise level. I'm interested to see how this plays. Because we kind of make the decision on what these items noise levels are going to be. We're pretty close to a searchable spot here. We have the bunker very close. The bunker has canned chili, which allows us to ignore the effects of a sand snake attack in your space or an adjacent space for you and or any of your victims or any victims present. It can be bad. It can be both ways. Bad for you or bad for the victims, and still be bad for you. Yeah. So we're gonna try to be quiet. Let's be extra quiet. We've got 10 tarot cards. We've chosen Megan. We have our final girl or final health tokens out. Megan's got 5 health. I think we're good to go. We did a starting event. We added 2 victims to the electrical tower, which is dead center of the board, roughly. I mean, it's right below the general store. So let's start with a focus. Now, imagine focusing and making noise. Okay, right there. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, too loud. You're thinking too loud. All right. Roll 2 dice. 2 converts. Let's pitch, weak attack, and short rest. Right off jump. Alright, we lose the time. We decrease the horror to 3. Should we walk? Oh, it goes on the 0, so now the noise marker should be at 1. And then, yeah, let's walk. We get a single success, so made a little bit of noise here. We can move 1 space for a time. Where do we want to go here? I don't think canned chili is very loud. I swear that would be like a 1+1 noise thing, right? While focusing, you don't move. That makes you easier to pin down. At least in my head, can. Just trying to make excuses for the theme here. Yeah, I guess if you're just standing there doing nothing. You are breathing. I have seen Quiet Place. That is one of the craziest movies. I just started watching it. Welcome to Derry. You still have a heartbeat and breathing. It's true. It's true. So, yeah, they can hear you thinking, which is hella creepy. Man, is it worth going? We are safe from snake attacks if we go into that boulder space. And we could actually pop down to... Or we could pop into the trailer park. And save our first victim here. There's already a victim on the exit space. Or we go a completely different route. We go 1, 2, 3, save our first victim. So we're just sort of planning what we want to do here. If we go to the boulder space, we do have access to the center. That general store has a flare gun, which is a very loud weapon. The flare gun may only modify the weak attack action card. If damage is dealt to the killer, reduce horror. Alternatively, discard a tracking marker. And all victims within 3 spaces move 1 space closer to you. That's actually pretty cool. The Series 3 minis include sandworms, and they are absolutely not necessary, but look awesome. I bet. I have sandworms from Dune, which is behind me. Probably really hard. It's like right where my head is. We have Dune War for Arrakis right there. And we also have Dune Imperium. We do have Dune Imperium, but Dune War for Arrakis is a big-ass game. We haven't even opened it yet. Unfortunately, I would love to play that. I really like Dune. Yeah, you haven't played that one. I haven't played that one either, but I do have it. Okay, let's get into a space here. Should we go boulder? Let's just move into the boulder space and see how bad these snake attacks are. We're gonna stop there. So we did a focus and a walk. We pitched 2 cards, so we're left with a walk focus. Our noise level is at 2. Does moving... No, it's just the action cards. So we did a focus and a walk. We're on 4 time. We go to the planning phase with 4 time. We can buy some cards here, right? Let's take a sprint. 2 close calls. Although close calls cost... they still raise the time level. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering about these close calls, the noise level. Maybe we do search? But see, we went the wrong way. Well, we can move into the general store. Let's take a search. So we take sprint search, that's 4 time. Reset the time to 6. We do the first killer phase. Okay, for the killer phase, it just says killer, target the final girl, closest victim, and move 1 space. Alright, so they are gonna move. Oh, yeah, I think they favor I think they favor this space with more victims here, so they're gonna go general store. That really sucks. It would be nice if they could just go here, but we have a victim here. Yeah, the priority is more victims, so they're gonna go into this general store space, unfortunately. And that's kind of where I wanted to go, because we got that search. Alright, so they're gonna move there, and then we'll flip a tarot card here. We have first tarot card of the game. Boom. I have a bad feeling about this. Increase the horror. So horror goes up to 4. And then it says increase the noise level by 1. And draw the next tarot card. So the noise level goes up to 3. And then we flip another tarot card. And we have, if we stay here, we will starve. If there are no victims on any of the boulder spaces... Sorry, I can't really read this with the glare. If there are no victims on any of the boulder spaces, discard and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, panic all victims on boulder spaces, and then increase the horror and draw an event. The starting event was... a maintenance check. So it said place 2 additional victims at the electrical tower. So the electrical tower is here, and there was 13 starting victims just with the setup card, and then we have 14, 15, which is wild. So we don't have any victims on boulder spaces, which is crazy. So actually the first part of that, that's going to apply, right? If there are no victims on any of the boulder spaces, discard this and draw the next tarot card. So we pull another. Like, that's kind of crazy. We're discarding 2 tarot cards this turn. Do we ignore the rest of that then? Because it says otherwise. I mean, the otherwise wouldn't apply. So we're gonna flip. Yeah, we flip another one. We ignore the rest. So this thing is too fast for us. Alright, finally some action here. Target the final girl. Closest victim. Move and attack. Yikes. Alright, so they're not going to move because they're in that space with the victim already. They're just going to kill a victim here. Boom. Victim dies. Bloodlust goes up, which means horror goes up to 5. That's sketch. We don't like that. This guy moves for 3 and attacks for 3 off the start, which is... a lot of tarot deck went to the discard on turn 1. Yeah, it's... there goes 3 turns, right? Before the finale comes out. Just my luck, dude. Discard. We discard 2. We have another target the final girl closest victim, move and attack. So he doesn't need to move again. He's going to rip that next victim. So another victim dies. No way, bro. Discard another one? Well, he just got 4 turns on us. Alright, Bloodlust goes up. Says discard the next tarot card. You gotta be kidding me. Well, there goes a sinkhole. That's good. We don't have to deal with that, right? Alright, so he killed 2 victims there. He discarded 4 tarot cards. So there's really only 6 turns left until that finale comes out, which is super scary. Okay, then we have the panic phase. He killed every victim in that space so we don't have to panic anyone. I forgot to return these cards to the tableau. But no panic, and then during upkeep we reset the noise level to 0. I think that's it for the panic phase. Okay, we're back to the action phase. We have reset the noise level to 0. I was just kind of looking through the rules to see if there was anything else to do during the upkeep phase. We pretty much just reset the noise level to 0. Yeah, upkeep, we reset the noise level to 0. And I think that's it. There's really not a lot of rules with this one. But I'm trying to keep these rules close by. Oh, the sandworms! Good call, dude! See, that's why you're here. That's why this guy deserves a sub. Okay, so we do a sand snakes attack during upkeep. Glad somebody remembered. So we're gonna have a sand snake attack. These cards are cool, man. These snake attack cards. Alright, a sand snake attacks at the Jeep Trail. The sand snake does damage to one target on that space using the following priority: a victim first, then you, then minion, then the killer. Oh, the sandworms are at the end of the killer phase, actually. Before the panic phase. Word! So that would mean that somebody could panic. Because the killer doesn't have to be in the space for the person to panic, does it? Like, based on... If a victim was killed this turn... Panic all victims in the killer space. Okay, so it's really just the killer space, I think. Alright, so what we're going to do is a sand snake attack at the Jeep Trail. Where's the Jeep Trail? Okay, Jeep Trail's here. Yo, this is absurd. So victims die first. Boom, this guy is dead. Bloodlust goes up. Does Bloodlust go up when they kill? We draw 2 sand snake cards? That's kind of reckless. We basically can't interact with them either. Alright, let's flip another one. Bloodlust definitely goes up though, right? A sand snake attacks the electrical tower. Fuck me, dude. You don't want to jinx what? Dude, the electrical tower is the worst spot. The sand snake does damage to one target on that space using the following priority. Alright, at least it's just one victim, so... We've got the electrical tower here, so another victim dies. Bloodlust is going up twice, and the dark power is already revealed. Horrors at 6. Revealing the dark power. Because there are ways to draw 3. I see. Alright, so we have a reactive swipe. You lose health when you move out of the Eyeless's space. Boom! You know what I'm saying? Boom! Reactive swipe. That was my reactive swipe. Alright, what are we doing? Well, we don't really want to go in their space. I mean, I was going to go in that space, but I think we just save that victim. We reduce horror twice. So at the end of the killer phase, draw 2 sand snake cards and follow the instructions on the cards. Gotcha. Okay, I think we're finally back to the action phase. We have sprint, search, focus, and walk. It seems like a normal first turn on this film, right? Turn 1, dark power revealed. Turn 2, finale revealed, you're dead, you lose. Let's get into that mountain pass. And we know they're probably not going to do Jeep Trail again for a Sand Snake attack, so it's possible we go that way and start saving all of these bunched up victims down here. So let's try a sprint, and if we can get into the sheep's farm, we can pick up that hubcap. Let's do a sprint. We can save victims like and then keep moving, right? Because if not, I want to do a walk first. But let's do sprint. I revealed the finale action like 3 turns. Oh, great! So that's what's gonna happen probably to me. All right, we get a single success if we convert this. I think we're going to need to convert it. We'll hold on to our search. We'll pitch, walk, and focus. We can move 2 spaces here for a time. The noise level goes up 1. So we go down to 5 time. We increase the noise level to 1. Noise level starts at 0, right? All we have left is search, but we are allowed to move 2 spaces here. Let's move 1 space to the mountain pass. We save our first victim. We reduce the horror by 2. We still have a movement though. If we don't reduce horror by 2, and we take the move 1 space, I think that's the play. Because we can move here. No, because then we won't make it to the searchable space anyway. Sorry, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about, but so we can still move a space. We save the victim. I was thinking if instead of taking the reduce horror by 2, if we took that move 1 space, we would end up here, then here, and I was hoping to get there. Because from here we could save 3 more victims, which is huge. That's definitely going to be our pathing. That's the way we go. So we saved 2 victims there. We decreased the horror by 2. So we're back up to 4 horror. That's pretty good. And all we have left is a search. So we're going to stop there. And we didn't make much noise that turn, which is really good. And we end the action phase with actually 5 time. So what do we want? Thoughts on a distraction? Distraction, sprint, or we go sprint, guard, close call. Close calls will be better to pitch, right? They only cost 1 time. Very cool. Let's take... Damn, what else can we get? I think distraction's gonna be big, because if we're gonna get a focus back, we could be rolling 3 dice, and I think it's important that we roll 3 dice. Let's get distraction and a sprint. That's all 5 of our time. We reset the time to 6. That was the planning phase. We get our free cards back as well. Reset the time to 6. Return the cards to the tableau. And we have the killer phase. Now, I gotta remember to do our sand snake attacks this time. So, the killer's gonna target the final girl, closest victim, and move a space. So let's look at the killer is in the general store area. So if they can move 1 space, they're not gonna reach anyone here, or... So I think they're actually going to choose the electrical tower, unfortunately. So they move 1 space, right? And then we reveal the next terror card. Dude, there goes all my work, bro. There goes all my fucking work. All the sheep are dead. Increase the horror by 2. So the horror goes back up to 6. And then we have target the closest victim, move and attack. So it's going to kill another victim here yet. Closest victim is the victim in this space, so it's going to die. Bloodlust will go up. They're moving for 4 and attacking for 3. This is obscene. You lose health when you move out of the Eyeless's space too. I can't forget that. Alright, what are we doing? We're doing a sand snake attack, right? That was the end of the killer phase, kind of, right? Because we did the increase the horror by 2, target the closest victim, move and attack. We did that. Let's do our sand snakes. Okay, so a sand snake attacks crossroads. If it has collapsed, attack the bunker instead. A sand snake does 1 damage to 1 target on that space using the following priority. Victim, you minion killer. Okay, crossroads, there's nobody there. Thankfully. So crossroads, no one there, so that's safe. It says it has if it has collapsed. I don't believe it has. That's what those big tokens are, right? Our next one says a sand snake attacks at the sheep farm. We do have 2 victims at the sheep farm. So it says does damage to 1 target on that space using the following priority. I guess it's the same wording on all of them. Let's kill a victim here. Bloodlust goes up again, which means horror goes up. Which means I'm glad I took that distraction, baby. Horror goes to the max, 7. It hasn't. Terror cards plus events will tell you if that happens. Okay, so it's only attached to terror cards and events. I assumed, yeah, I figured that it would tell us when a space is going to collapse. I don't know if it was something I missed. I don't know how I even missed this feature film. It's pretty crazy, like... Alright. We do have a panic phase this time. This looks different than usual. Goblin 981. Explain yourself. You already discarded one, though? Discarded one what? Oh, we discarded a sinkhole. I see what you're saying. Goblin, you've never seen Final Girl, the Eyeless? This is a feature film we missed from series 3. It's based on the movie, or was it a series? No, it was a movie. A Quiet Place. Penelope Gaming. See, this is why we Twitch Prime Penelope Gaming. Look at this champ, dude. Party of 72. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Bonjour. You know what I'm saying? Yo, everybody get the French folks in here. Woo, that's what I'm talking about, Penelope. All right. How was your stream? Yo, that's loud. How do we turn it down? Bonjour, how are you today? What did you stream today? Oh, you played Skyrise. Nice, nice. Have you ever played Sky Team? We love a Sky Team. Skyrise? I've never heard of Skyrise. I gotta check it out. Yeah, we're getting into some Final Girl here. How's everybody doing? Bonjour. Am I saying it right? Bonjour. I can say bonjour and I can say oui. That's about it. Yeah, welcome in everybody. We're playing some Final Girl here. We're actually getting our ass whooped by the Eyeless. So we have this killer here. And so we did a sand snake attack on the sheep farm. Someone died. Bloodlust went up again, which increased the horror all the way to 7. So the horror level is maxed out. Megan is getting wrecked here. So we have a little bit of panic to do. We'll panic that victim. He gets a 6. Panics into the old road. That's actually super helpful because we want to save as many victims as possible. Penelope, thank you again for the raid. We love it. You're the best. 72. A party of 72 is wild. Everybody go watch Penelope's. She's the GOAT. The GOAT. Does everybody know? Okay, what's next? We did panic phase. We got upkeep phase. We reset the noise level back down to 0. So that's helpful. We do have some decent action cards. We can get some stuff done this turn. We got a sprint, distraction, short rest, weak attack, walk, focus, and search. So my plan is to kind of go like through the Jeep trail to the old road to the sheep farm, pick up an item, and then save as many victims as possible. We have to get out of the 7 horror situation though, because we're only rolling 1 die and 1 die sucks. And that was panic and upkeep, so I think we're good. Let's do a distraction. Or maybe we do focus first. We do a simple focus. So we have 1 dice, right? Alright, we get a tier. Damn. That really hurts. We really needed that. We lose 2 time. Oh man, I wish we had another one. I guess, do we go distraction? I mean, with no successes, we can still reduce the horror by 1, but we have to lose 4 time, right? Bro. No way. Another tier. Okay, then we lose 4 time. The noise level's at 2. But we can reduce the horror on a no success. But we are out of time. Yo, that sucks. Come on, man. What the heck is happening here? Alright, we can try to move now that we can roll 2 dice, right? So let's do a sprint. Now, if we go to the past the 0 time mark, on the tier board, maybe I should put the tier board so you guys can actually see it. If we end up going down this far in time, I think our turn just is over. So we don't want to do that. We should probably, instead of spending the 2 tiers to move a space, we should spend a tier to move 1 time. Right, so, okay, so depending on how this sprint goes, let's see. We do sprint. We get a single success and a convert. I think we do convert here. We pitch, walk, and weak attack. The noise level goes up to 3. Now we have to spend a time, so we spend a tier to gain a time back. And then we spend the tier to move the 3 spaces. This is huge. That's what I'm talking about. So we're allowed to move 3 spaces right now on the board. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Bring those victims with us to the sheep farm. And we'll do a search. See if we can't get an item here. 1, 2, 3. Now us and 3 of the victims are at the sheep farm. If we do search, our noise level goes up to 4, which is crazy. But we haven't really seen the noise affect anything yet. So, of course, now that I said it, it probably will. But let's do a search. We get a single success. We spend the time. Action phase ends immediately. We take the top item card at our space. So we are getting a card here. We pick up our hubcap. Okay, now we need to decide on this hubcap how much noise. I do insist on jinxing it, it's true. How much noise does a hubcap make? It says ignore a damage or discard all remaining uses to deal a damage to an enemy in an adjacent space. I would assume that if we're throwing this hubcap, it's going to be loud as shit. Oh, Goblin. Goblin answers like an hour later. You were zoomed in. That's why it looks different. Zoomed in like what? Like this? I'm messing around with the scenes too much. Alright. So we have this hubcap. You think this is a +1 noise to your game? I'm fine with that. Let's put that in our hand. One of our hand slots. So it goes here. It increases the noise by 1. So how exactly does that work? I believe it just gets attached to the item. And instead of resetting the noise to 0, we would reset it to 1, right? It's melee. People close to you can hear the parry. I love it. The parry. Parry, parry. You know? Or the punch with the shield. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's going to be a +1 noise situation. Now, does that mean that the noise resets to 1 every time? When you use it, you will add +1 noise to the noise level. Okay, that's fine. It's got 2 uses, so we'll put a little token there for when we start to use it. I'm not even sure how these tokens work. I figured out how they work in Gloomhaven. You like put one on there when you use it, and then you slide it over. So like if we use one, we'll put it there, and then if we use it a second time, we take it off and it's gone, right? Not 100% sure though. It is not a reset, just you making more noise. I see. That's not exactly what I was asking. I was asking, like, are we constantly making a noise now that we have the hubcap? So is the noise always going to reset to 1 instead of 0 now that we have a hubcap? But like, I see what you're saying. If we use the hubcap, it increases the noise. I'm stupid. I got it. Use Hearth tokens, because I never use them all. Hearth tokens. Are we talking like World of Warcraft Hearthstone? I'm hearthing. I don't know. All I know is that was a big action phase. That's what I'm talking about. We got a hubcap. We got... The hubcap can save us from damage. And the tracking markers are very small. Yeah. We're fine with it. I'm not sure what a hearth is, though. We could spend 1 tier to gain a time back and take a close call, but I think we're just going to take our free cards this time. That immediately ends the action phase. So, Hearth tokens of Final Girl as the tracking markers. Oh, health. Where did I read? Yeah, I definitely read Hearth. I am used to the word Hearth from World of Warcraft. It's like a thing you do. Turn these to the tableau. Sprint, weak attack, walk, distraction, focus. And then what we have in hand is a walk, focus, and short rest. Health tokens of Final Girl as the tracking markers. Yeah. Alright. So what's next? We did the action phase. Planning phase, we're unable to buy anything, so we just reset the time to 6. And we move on to the killer phase. Now, we did end up getting the horror level back down to 6, which is great. So I think we're at the killer phase. So let's see what the killer is going to do. The killer is going to target the final girl closest victim and move a space. Okay, so the killer is in the electrical tower here. So final girl closest victim, we have us here, but there is a victim reachable here. So I think they're going to move 1. And then we flip another terror card. So we have... You may reduce your time to 0 on the time track to reduce the noise level to 0. And then it says, target the final girl. If her noise level is above 1, move and attack 3 times. Bro, we're about to get cooked. Yo, thoughts on that? Should we spend all of our time again? Or should we just take an attack of 3 here? Yo, what do you guys think? Does anyone have any input whatsoever? Nobody has any input. We can spend all of our time. So we have gone through the planning phase. We reset the time to 6. The card is basically saying we can set our time at 0 to reduce the noise level to 0, and then we will avoid 3 attacks. And then 1 victim will die. I think it's worth here. I think it's worth. I mean, what are we really talking about here? Getting attacked 3 times, we can use our hubcap to ignore 2 damage, but the noise goes up to 5. The movement's on 4, so it would go 1, 2, 3, and attack 3 times. It would actually just kill 3 victims, right? Alright, we have no input, or I'm lagging horrendously. So I think we're going to do it. It says you may reduce your time to 0 on the time track to reduce the noise level to 0. So I think it's important that we do that now. So what's going to happen here is the final girl has like a little 1 in her head there. Probably can't see it because my finger. Maybe you can't see it at all, but she has like a little 1 on her head, and basically what that means is if the noise level is above 1, the killer is going to target the final girl, move twice, and attack 3 times. But it says you may reduce your time to 0 on the time track to reduce the noise level to 0. So if we do that first, we skip this 3 attack, and then we kill 1 victim with that one. So I think we're doing that. So we're going to reduce our time to 0. Reduce the noise level to 0. Then we'll go back to the card. And then this will get ignored, right? And it says otherwise, target the closest victim and attack. Let me just make sure I'm right on that. It says the Eyeless targets normally based on the targeting icon unless there is a final girl noise icon on the tarot card. In this case, the Eyeless will target you if both the following conditions are true. The current noise level is greater than or equal to the value on the final girl noise icon. And then it says the Eyeless can reach you with its movement. Okay, so we are going to skip that attack. What is the camera focusing on that it can't look at the fucking card? Whatever. Moving on. So we're just going to do this, and 1 victim dies. That's fine. Boom. Another victim dead. We have discard the next tarot card here. That's absurd. Let's see what happens. What are we discarding? It says if we're careful, we might just make it. Panic the Eyeless. Alright guys, only 3 or 4 tarot cards left. And my input would be please lose time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 attacks of 4 strength is a nightmare. Well, there are 3 victims in the space with us though, right? So wouldn't it kill just 3 victims? I mean, still, that's pretty bad. No? Oh, because it targeted the final girl, right? Okay, good call. Good call. Final girl only. Okay. Alright, so we do some snake cards, right? So we have sand snakes. This is special with this feature film from our killer. We flip 2 sand snakes at the end of each killer phase. So we have a sand snake attacks the general store. No one at the general store. And then we have a sand snake attacks the water tower. So the water tower also has no one. Whoops. 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 So water tower, no one. General store, no one. That's good news. We have panic phase. No one's going to panic because no one's in the killer space. And then we have upkeep phase. We reset the time to, or the noise level to 0, but it's already at 0, which is good. I think we can do some really good stuff here with a simple walk. Let's do a walk. A double success on the walk. You love to see it. Sorry, that's Tourette's. Like, that just happens when I get a double success. We get to move 2 spaces here for a time. And it's actually going to end our phase, right? Whoa, 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 whoa. We should have done a focus, man. And I was thinking about it too. We would have gained 2 time, right? I think you need to go directly to killing it. Well, I'm going to save these 3 or 4 victims and get my ultimate out and then try to kill it, right? I know there's a delay, but like we saved 3 victims here. 4 victims. But we end our action phase. Unless we say that I just did a focus and rolled a double success on a focus instead of a walk. Because that would give me 2 time and that wouldn't end the action phase. Then we do the walk prior. But I think we're gonna just take it as it is, as it lies, right? So we played a walk. We rolled a double success. Huge, right? This is huge. We move oh, we can only bring 2 victims with us. That's fine. We won't get our ultimate this turn. But it's possible we get it next turn, right? So we can move 1 space. 2 spaces, sorry. We can bring 2 victims with us. God damn. We go like this. We bring these 2 victims. We save 3 victims. We still have 1 movement. Okay, we take the sprint action card. We take move 1 space. So we still have a space to move plus that space, and we gain a health which we don't need. So we can move 2 spaces now because we saved that extra victim, right? So we go 1, 2, we save our final victim, we unlock our ultimate ability. So we just saved our final victim. We unlock Megan's ultimate ability. This is huge. Bam! When the killer moves into your space or you move into theirs, you may recover health. If you are already at full health, reduce the horror. So that's what I'm talking about, folks. Reducing the horror. Unfortunately, when we spent this time to move, we end the phase immediately. So we have to go into planning with 0 again. But we still get the free cards, which is decent, and weak attack is attached to the free cards. So all we did there was a walk. We return these to the tableau. We reset the time to 6. Okay, the noise level should be at 1 because we did 1 action there, right? So we did a walk. We're done planning. We go killer face. Target the final girl, closest victim, and move. Move 1 space. Now, let's do a little bit of maths here. Let's see where it's gonna go, because this victim is 1, 2, 3 spaces away. That's our lucky guy with his head cut off. And then this victim is 1, 2, 3 spaces away. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away. So it's a tie between this one and this one. And I think we choose ambiguity here and we make it go this one because we want to be closer to the killer. We want to start damaging it, right? Dice roll for what? To choose? Because you love chaos. Okay, the victim with his head cut off is odds. The victim with his head still attached is evens. We roll a 6. Couldn't roll a 6 if I tried. Whoa, look at that. 3 6s. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so we rolled a dice. He's going to target this guy and move 1 space. Boom. Okay. We're going to flip a tarot card. There are not many tarot cards left. We have fear senses. Of course. Of course it's going to be a minor dark power. Okay, so when resetting the noise level, reset it to 1 instead of 0. So this is exactly what I was asking about when we got our hubcap. If it would reset it to 1 instead of 0, but now it does. Okay. So he gains a minor dark power there, giving him 2 extra health. I didn't expect a normal D6. Yeah. For some reason, I forgot that the final girl dice have numbers on them, so I'm special. Alright, let's put 2 hearts on that minor dark power. So he's got 12 health here, which seems rough, right? Alright, but the nice thing about minor darks is that, like, they get the minor dark and that's it. There's nothing else. So we're going to do the sand snakes cards. We flip 2 of these each killer phase. And they kill some victims. So we have a sand snake attacks the scrapyard. Scrapyard has no victims. Sand snake attacks the old road. Old road has no victims. Boom. You love to see it. Let's get a tarot card going. Wait, what am I doing? That was the end of the killer phase, right? No more tarot cards. We have the panic phase. Nobody's gonna panic here, right? And then we have upkeep phase, so we reset the time to 1. Unfortunately, it's already at 1. And let me tell you, man, it's really gonna take something to kill this guy. It's gonna take a miracle. Let's get that noise level up. Let's start making some noise, right? At least the sandworms can wound the killer. Oh my god, what a genius. Yo, W's in the chat for Chur Game. We totally forgot about that. We also need to think about, if we are gonna fight the killer, we don't want to fight him on a rock space, right? Because that is safe from the sinkholes. The sinkholes can do damage to the killer as well, right? So we may want to think about fighting off of a rock space. Good strat. Good strat. Let's do a focus. We get a single success on the focus. We lose a time. Reduce the horror. Increase the noise. Should we go after him with our hubcap? It's got 2 uses. What we can do is search the sheep farm again next turn and then start fighting him. Let's do a walk. It'll kind of depend on how successful this walk is, right? Pretty successful. We could pitch a short rest and a focus here to get a double success, move 2 spaces, and we can actually do a damage to him. I think we should ignore a damage with the hubcap, then discard it. We'll take the single success, we'll lose a time, increase the noise, and move 1 space here. So we're going to be at the sheep farm with 4 time. We go into the planning phase. We have 4 time to spend. We're going to pick up a search. We're going to pick up a guard. We're going to pick up our free walk, and we're going to return walk and focus to the tableau. We're going to reset the time to 6. We're going to start the killer phase. So the killer action is target the final girl closest victim and to move 1 space. Hopeless Diplodocus in the chat. How's it going? How we doing today? It's really nice that says move 1 space and it doesn't have the picture of the boot, because they actually move for 4, which is an obscene amount of movement. So they move a space. Now the victims are all further than us, so they're going to target the final girl here. And they're going to move 1 space. Now we could just discard our hubcap now and do a damage, but I think it's worth to save it. Alright, that was the first part of the killer phase. We're going to flip a tarot card next. I'm good, thank you. Been Christmas shopping. How are we all? We're all good. We had a rate of 72 by Penelope, so I don't know if there's any stragglers left from Penelope's stream. Penelope is a amazing board game streamer. I think she lives like in France because she speaks French, and I like to pop into her channel and make her speak a little bit of English once in a while, you know. But yeah, she hit us with the raid today, 72 people. So yeah, fun stuff. Church Game got his copy of Dr. Fright that he won. So keep an eye out, folks. We'll be giving out some more board games for the holidays. Once I figure out how to actually do a giveaway on Twitch. Let's flip our tarot card. Alright, we have blood-curdling screams. Alright, I'm not gonna do that one, but if there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next tarot card. Otherwise, panic all victims. Alright, we panic all victims. Unfortunately, the noise level is at 4, right? Yeah, it is at 4. The music is great. Is the music loud? Because when I did Mort, I couldn't edit the episode because the music was too loud, and I can't figure. Okay, great. It's perfect. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna leave it like this and not touch it. This is how it was supposed to be the whole time. If you go and watch my YouTube videos of these streams, they're cut down from like 4 hours to 22 minutes, and I actually had to add the music in post. So like, now that the music's tied in, and I think we have a compressor attached to, so that when I talk it dims the music just a bit. Yeah, I noticed in Mort that it was very loud. Yeah, sorry about that, but we're gonna do Mort again. Dude, what are the chances, right? So we did the Christmas special, and we kill, what's his name, Krampus, right? Then we play Mort, and we get Mort disguised as Krampus. I mean, what are the chances? Probably pretty high, but still. I thought that was crazy, and I didn't even notice it until the end of the stream. We're panicking victims here. We got a 5. This guy panics onto a boulder space, so he's kind of safe there. Do this guy next. He got a 6. We'll do this guy next. He got a 1. Okay, very good. We panic all victims, and then if the noise level is at 4 or higher, move and attack twice. This is trouble. That is Mort. You don't know who it is until the very end. Yeah, Mort was hands down one of my favorite ones because they give you the little card reader, like you're looking through clues and shit, and you're eliminating suspects. Oh my god! And it's like a board game festival. It was perfect. I mean, Van Ryder Games did a solid job on that. To be honest, I know how to survive because of Final Girl. Yeah. Actually, you could use some of this in real life situations if you were attacked by like some alien species that has no eyes and can hear like super well. If you've ever seen A Quiet Place, that's what this one's based on. I would play him again, but it is a lot of setup. Last time I played him on The Warehouse. You played Mort on The Warehouse. I don't really get into mixing the feature films yet. I have mixed them, but it gets pretty wonky, right? It can get a little wonky. Wasn't another dog that mimicked his bark, by the way. I love Quiet Place. You do? Dude, every time I take a sip of this Gatorade, I get splashed in the eye. Anybody else? Unfortunately, the noise level is above 4, so we're gonna get attacked here twice. So we have noise level 4, move and attack twice. So Killer's gonna move into our space and attack twice. Now he's attacking for 4. And we have our hubcap, so we can ignore a damage or discard all remaining uses to deal a damage to an enemy in an adjacent space. So we are going to ignore 1 damage here. And we're going to play guard. Or do we take this? Oh my god, we might be dead. Dude, we might be dead already. Yo, I think we're actually cooked. He's gonna attack twice, and then it says... Oh, wait, we don't do the otherwise, though, right? That's like if the noise level wasn't... Okay, so we're just getting attacked twice. I think we still have to use our hubcap. Let's use our hubcap. So we use the hubcap. That increases the noise to 5. We just blocked a hit from the Eyeless with a hubcap. Take note, hopeless diplodocus. That's how you protect yourself. Find a hubcap. So if we ignore a damage, can we still guard this, or do we take 3? I say we take 3 here and then guard the next one. Let's take 3. Is that smart? Or is it better to guard this and then take the 4 next turn? I think we do this. So we decrease the damage by 1, and then we're gonna get attacked a second time. So we play a guard here. Now guard doesn't increase the noise level, which is at 5. It's pretty absurd. We get a single success and a convert, so we actually pitch short rest and focus to get a double success, ignoring all damage. Boom. You'd love to see it. Perfectly played. So we got attacked twice there. We used our hubcap to block a damage, and we took 3. And then on the second attack, we played a guard. We got a success and a convert, which we converted to a double success, ignoring all damage. When the killer moves into your space or you move into theirs, you may recover health. If you are already at full health, reduce the horror instead. So we should have reduced the horror there by 1. And then we're going to do 2 sand cards now, right? So we have, this is part of this feature film. We have some sand snake cards. We flip 2 of these at the end of each killer phase. And we have, if you are on a boulder space, you may discard this with no effect. We are not. A sand snake attacks your space. The sand snake does damage to 1 target on that space using the following priority. So victim, then us. We've got to use our hubcap here again. This is super shitty, but we can't take a damage. If we take a damage, we're down to our last health. Yeah, we can't take a damage here. I think we use a hubcap. After resolving and discarding the other sand snake cards that were drawn, shuffle this card and shuffle this card and all of the cards in the sand snake discard pile back into the sand snake deck. So this is the shuffling card that they were talking about. I already pre-ordered a Demon in the Shadows. So I actually have a question for you about Demon in the Shadows. How do we get that? And on your picture from Discord, I saw that you have a Rotten Harvest already. How does somebody get a hold of those? Did you get them from the Van Ryder website? Because I'm an Amazon guy. So fucking guilty. Van Ryder's website. Okay, so we'll have to go there and order it then. Hopefully they give us some free shit, right? I mean, we fucking stream their games like all day, every day. It'd be nice, yo. Send me a fucking copy of something. Am I right? Or, what's her name? Can't remember. So we're going to use our hubcap. That's our last use. And the noise level actually goes up to 6, which is really loud. But we can discard it now. So we block that damage, and then we have to shuffle this Sand Snake deck thing. And that's the end of the killer phase. This was rough. They have a great customer service. That is enough for me. Van Ryder Games does. Stonemeyer Games does as well. I noticed I've taken my Wingspan board game everywhere with me. For like a whole year I was doing that. I was carrying it with me everywhere. I used to travel a lot for work, and I would bring it everywhere with me. And I noticed I was missing the purple Gayuno one day when I counted the cards, and I asked them for a replacement, and they sent 1 purple Gayuno. Free of charge. So, yeah, we love customer service. It is. It's great. Stonemeyer, if you just send them an email, they'll pretty much replace whatever you broke or you lost. We've spent enough money there to own the company, so I don't see what, they should be sending us more shit, to be honest. But anyway. Damn, noise level's all the way up to 6. That's going to be the end of the killer phase, finally. So, no panic. For upkeep, we reset this time noise level to 1. We have a shot here, ladies and gentlemen. We can do a search. We can do a search at the sheep farm. Yeah, Stonemeyer is amazing. We should do like a 4 or 5 player wingspan game. We should get everybody involved, right? Join the Discord, and if you're interested in playing Wingspan digital, if you have a digital copy of the game, join the Discord, and we'll do a stream of like a 5-player game or however many people we can get. Are all the sheepies alive? No. A snake came and ate all the sheep. So, yo, we do a search here, right? Let's do a big search. Oh no, we have to discard. We can discard weak attack and walk to take the top item card at our space. It could be super important though. Stonemeyer games are amazing, people. It's I believe Matt Stone or Trent Stone and Matt Meyer. I don't know. That's how you make up the Stonemeyer games. Yo, we need some input. Do we discard our weak attack and our walk to take the top item card from the sheep's farm? Now, we can't see what it is, but it could be a weapon that could help us kill the Eyeless. If we don't, we decrease the horror by 2, lose 2 time, take a retaliate. We still get the top item card at our space. Then we walk. Take the risk. Oh, it's Jamie Stagmeyer, that's right. With the support of co-founder Alan Stone. I got the names so wrong. I was like, yeah, Trent and Matt. Fucking South Park over here. I don't know what's wrong with me. Take the risk. What does that mean, though? Do we pitch these cards? Or do we take the no successes, take a tier, move a space? Then when he moves into our space, we can recover a health. Dude, I think we have to go with that. We have to go with that. Right? So on a search with no successes, I never realized that you can still take the top item card by reducing the horror by 2 and losing 2 time. Now, if we pitch 2 cards, we take the top item card at our space and lose 1 time. The increasing of the horror by 2 is what hurts. I think we pitch here. I think we pitch here so we can take a retaliate. Let's pitch. But see, then we don't get a space. We spend a time, we take the top item card at our space. Honestly, every decision with this killer will be wrong no matter what. You know what? That's fine. Let's just do it. Let's spend the time. We take the top item card at our space. Let's see what it is. It better be something good. It better be something that I can kill this guy with. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, dude. A scoped rifle, dude. Range is 2 to 3. Maybe use that at a range of 4 while you're on a boulder space. Yo, let's fucking go. Scoped rifle, baby. Alright, that's obviously a 2-handed weapon with 2 to 3 range. We can use it at a range of 4 if we move to here. And we don't even need to use a modifier, right? It just does 2 damage. It's got 2 uses. Wait, does it modify, Sure game, is the rifle something that modifies an action card? You need an attack card. Fuck. Okay. We have 5 time and no cards. We can spend a tier to get a time back and get 6. Take Furious Strike and Guard. 4 damage is big. Always unless otherwise stated. Okay, yeah. Sometimes on the card it says it cannot be used to modify an attack action card. Like Knife that only modifies weak attacks. Right. Or the Box Cutter or something. Dude, Scoped Rifle. You know what I'm talking? You know what I'm saying? It's big. Alright, what do we do now? We can spend a tier to get a time back, going back up to 6 time, right? Now, we've got to do our planning phase. What did we do? Only a search, so the noise level's at 2, which is fine. Now, the rifle, of course, is going to be a +3 noise, right? Or a short bow that is used without one of the cost of time. Okay. Short bow. I don't know if we've ever found a short bow. Somebody remind me, if we do win this game, open Megan's special item card. So each feature film comes with these 2 things. And it says, for Megan's eyes only, do not open until you have survived a game with Megan. And then when you play in the future, you can add Megan's special item to the item deck. And it's usually something super overpowered, like the Scoped Rifle that does 20 damage at a range of 100. How about that? 6 time here. We know we're going to get attacked, and we only have 2 health. It's probably big if we take Guard, Furious Strike. I kind of want to take Retaliate, but we can't retaliate with the rifle, right? We have no cards to sell either. Let's take Furious Strike and Guard. Now Furious Strike will ditch that Minor Dark Power, Fear Senses. We also get the freebies, which are Walk and Focus. Then we return these to the tableau. Reset the time to 6. And we move on to the next killer phase. So we have target the final girl, closest victim, move 1 space. The killer's already in our space. No overpowered, more thematic to the character. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they were like super overpowered items. I have seen some of them, like I know Laurie's bow, the basic ones. The first time I won, I was super excited to open that, and that I've been forgetting ever since. Careful of your eyes with the gun. Are we gonna get a scope bite? We might become Eyeless. Oh, the drink. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know what's wrong. It seems like every time I take a sip, the Gatorade splashes back into my eye. The gun is +3 noise. I have that on there. Yeah, we have the +3 noise on there. We took Furious Strike and we took Guard so that we might be able to block this next attack, get out of that space, and then we can shoot from a range of 4. If we get to here, we can even save a victim and shoot him at range 4. That seems so good. But we're doing the killer phase now. We have our final terror card. Let's go. No way, dude. Blinding sweet speed. I can't read. Oh. Any victim that panics to another space during the panic phase is killed. Alright, the guy's got 2 minor dark powers now. I mean, come on, bro. He's at 14 health. Okay, so when does this finale get revealed? During the upkeep phase, right? Yeah, reveal the finale during upkeep. Okay. Well, the nice thing about minor dark powers, I feel like I always say this, is that you turn the card over, you give them their health, and you don't have to deal with all the stuff that's on the normal tarot cards. So moving on to the panic phase. No one's going to panic. No one died. And then we have upkeep phase. We're going to reveal the finale here, right? We're also going to reset the time to 1. Any victim that panics during the panic phase is killed. Oh, we got to do the sandworms first. Good call. Man, when did these worms stop attacking, right? A sand snake attacks the crossroads, and a sand snake attacks the trailer park. Yo, somebody gift your game a sub. I will do it. I need to update my credit card information. And honestly, I'm not comfortable doing it on live on stream. We need to give this guy a sub. Whoa, where did it go? You don't get to choose what? Let me do this after. No way, Hopeless Dippledogus gifted a tier 1 sub to your game. Yo, Hopeless. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. We love to see it. Yeah, I'm gonna change my stuff after stream because I don't want to be pulling out my credit card on Twitch. There you go. We get rid of the ads for you, so because we actually need them here for the rules, to be honest. What was he saying? Sandworms. Sand snake attacks the crossroads. All right, nobody at the crossroads, and then a sand snake attacks the trailer park. We have nobody at either location, which is great. So nobody dies there. We love to see that. Then during the upkeep phase, then we do panic phase, then we do upkeep. So upkeep, we're revealing the finale. So the finale comes out. All right, we have place the eyeless in your space. Okay, I think we're dead. He's already in our space, but it says no more running. You may use movement effects to move victims instead. Does that help us at all? No, probably not. Or if we got 2 movement, we could simply do something like, let's say we did a double success on a walk. We could move here and we can move this victim in with us and save them. We should have moved out of this killer space because each time he comes into our space, we gain health. So we're just revealing it. We're not doing it. It's very lucky. There's a shot that we die here. Another question. Another question I have. Oh no, you're vaping? Yeah, we gotta quit vaping. And you lose health each time you move out of his space. Where does it say that? Oh, on the dark power. So we really don't want to move out of his space. It would give us an extra dice, though. I do have a question for your game, though, real quick. While we have this rifle, the rifle says range 2 to 3. Does that mean we can't shoot close range? Do we have to be range 2 to 3? Like we have to get that far away from him to shoot him? Exactly. Fuck. So the rifle was no good. Yo, I think we're cooked here. We should have taken... Alright, instead of the guard, we should have bought a sprint. Let's just say we did that, okay? Because I didn't know that. I didn't know about the rifle. Poopala Cafe do Turkit. I don't know how to say your name. It's probably French. I'll do my best to stop vaping. So to use the gun, we got to get 4 spaces away from this guy. Yikes. Or 2. I mean, what do you guys think about the house? Let's look at the location board real quick. So we're both here. We need to be 2 spaces. I think the electrical tower is going to be the best shot for a scoped rifle. Am I right? We do sprint walk to get to the electrical tower. And then we use the rifle. Is Megan the final girl? I know nothing about this game. Only it's a solo game. Yes, Megan is the final girl. If you've never played it before, I could definitely do some explaining. But if you have any questions, just let me know. Megan is our final girl. She starts out on this side, like this, and then we run around the board trying to avoid our killer. So each time we save a victim on one of the exit spaces, so this is the map that we're using. The victims are yellow. Each time we save a victim on one of these green spaces, we can bring up to 2 victims with us. We get one of these abilities on her card, so we gain a health. Now we've already saved the 5 victims, so when you save 5 victims, you flip it and you get her ultimate ability, and the ultimate ability will be something stronger. Like in this case, it's when the killer moves into your space or you move into theirs, you may recover a health. If you're already at full health, you can reduce the horror, and the horror level's here, which decides how many dice you roll on cards. It is really cool. It's like playing a horror movie. Each one is actually based on a different horror movie. So this one is based on A Quiet Place. We're going with A Quiet Place. Your game says it's based on Terror from Above, but we haven't seen that yet, so we don't know how accurate he is on that. But yeah, I really like A Quiet Place. So, and there's so many feature films, and you can also mix and match. So you could do this killer at any other location from any different feature film. So we've got to get at least 2 spaces away. We have a walk and a sprint. So let's do a walk first and see how successful we are. Maybe we do sprint and then we pitch walk focus if we need to, right? So let's do sprint instead. We're gonna do sprint. Like I said, we need to pitch walk focus to move 2 spaces. So we ended up getting a convert, which means you can pitch 2 cards to convert it to a success. So we pitch 2 cards, and then with a single success, we can move 2 spaces for 1 time. So we spend a time. We increase the noise level. And we can move 2 spaces. Now we need to move 2 spaces so that we can use our rifle. So we're going to move out of the killer space, so we lose a health, and we're down to our last health. So when we're down to our last health, we actually get an extra dice, which is huge. So that was 1 space. We're going to move 2 spaces, and now we can use our rifle on a Furious Strike. So we're going to do a big Furious Strike here. Boom, we get to roll 3 dice. Damn, I was kind of hoping to roll like 5 or 6 dice, but maybe use that range 4 while you're on a rock space. Should we have gone to a rock space? No, there wasn't really one that made sense, right? Let's do our Furious Strike. Come on, we need a big boom here. Not good. Alright, so we end up getting a single success, which reduces the horror by 1, does 3 damage. We only have 1 shot left with this rifle too. 3 damage. Damn, we were really hoping to do 4. Let me just see if I would have rolled. Oh, yo, do we take that double success? Let's vote on it. The music makes me think there's a murderous clown about to pop out. Dude, don't scare me. I've been watching the new It. Welcome to Derry. So scary. It's been freaking me out, giving me nightmares. You want to take this double success? Let's take this double success because we need to do 4 damage and reduce the horror by 1. So we can get rid of both of these minor dark powers, so that's what I'm talking about. Noise level goes up to 5. Both of these minor dark powers are gone. Aren't all clowns murderous? That is a good point. That is a good point. I've never actually seen a friendly clown. What is the term for being afraid of clowns? I could have sworn there was some term. We have to end our turn there? Well, we don't have to, but we don't have any cards left, so we go into planning with 5. We've got rid of the guy's minor dark power, so we're very close to the end of the game here. The finale is revealed, so either we're gonna die or we're gonna kill him. He does still have 10 health, so it's kind of sketch. But we go to planning with 5 time, right? Because we did a sprint, we pitched 2 cards, so yeah, 5 time. So we can buy any of these cards. I think Retaliate's big. If we go Retaliate, Close Call. Or I kind of think we have to go Retaliate, Close Call. I was thinking Critical Blow. Calrophobia. Nailed it. And then we'll take a Furious Strike or Retaliate and a Close Call for 5 time. And then we'll get our free cards back and return these to the tableau. We'll reset the time to 6, and we'll go to the next killer phase where we may very well die here. So let's see. Come on, Megan. Megan is my sister's name too. Look, it looks just like her. I'm kidding. killer phase. This is sketch, right? So we have the next killer phase. This is the first killer phase with the finale revealed. So it's going to be place the eyeless in your space. So we're going to gain a health back, which is important, I think. Damn, how do they just teleport like that? You may use movement effects to move victims instead. Alright, so place the eyeless in your space. That is the first part on the killer's attack line. So we're going to do that. The eyeless is this red meeple. We're going to put them in our space. Damn. The rifle sucks because you got to stay ranged, and they're going to keep moving into our space. Now, with our ultimate ability, we have when the killer moves into your space, or you move into theirs, you may recover a health. If you are already at full health, reduce the horror instead, so we get 1 health back. I don't think that's going to help us. They're attacking for 4 twice. So we have... Yeah, how are we going to avoid this, right? I think we're dead here. We're definitely dead. So target the final girl closest victim. Hold on a second. Oh. Yeah, alright, I was hoping we could get away with killing a victim here, but we can't. So, if the eyeless was here, right, they would technically be closer to this person, but the first part of the attack line is place the eyeless in your space. So they go into our space. Anyone in the chat have coulrophobia? Coulrophobia? Calrophobia? Afraid of clowns? You should watch the new It on HBO Max. Target the final girl closest victim and attack for 4. We have to retaliate this. We get a single success, reducing damage from the attack by 2 and doing a damage back. I think that kills us right there. Unfortunate. Super unfortunate. Are we dead? We retaliate. We reduce damage from the attack by 2. So he does 2 damage to us. No, here they dance. Reggaeton. Reggaeton. It is very surreal. What, the clowns? They dance in to reggaeton? Yo, we need some help here. We're getting attacked for 4. We reduce damage from the attack by 2 and do 1 damage back. But we need to check our final health token. Let's do it. Okay, so we reduce damage from the attack by 2, but we're getting attacked for 4, so we take 2 damage. 1. And that's it, folks. She's dead. Just like that. Damn, what a shame. What a shame. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right. I wanna go back a second. Now, where it says the killer moves into your space or you move into theirs, you may recover health. Let's say, for instance, we don't recover that health. Let's see what happens, right? Or making very bad jokes at night in the USA television channels. Those who know the reference, I appreciate you. Making bad jokes at night in the USA. Who are we talking about here? No clue. Alright, let's run this back for a second. I want to see what happens because we don't want to lose Megan like this. It's kind of bullshit to me. So let's check it real quick. We're gonna instead, when the killer moves into our space, we're not gonna recover that health. So we'd be on our last health. We would roll 3 dice instead of 2 on the retaliate. So let's just check. A double success. I'm running it back, boys. That's what we're doing. We get a double success. We ignore all damage from the attack, and we do 2 damage back to the Eyeless. Boom! But we still can't survive the second attack, right? So it doesn't matter anyway. So we know we're dead here anyway. Still, it's nice to do at least 2 damage to him. But yeah, we lost Megan here. Sorry to say. Damn, this one's tough. We didn't get any sinkholes. The bloodlust just shot up like out of nowhere. Yeah, rip Megan with an H. Don't you think it's weird it's spelled with an H? I don't know what else to say, guys. That really sucks. We got a decent weapon. This part of the killer phase is complete bullshit, if you ask me. It makes me want to fight everyone at Van Ryder Games. Place the Eyeless in your space. If you don't have a melee weapon, that totally cooks you. Megan's dead. We could try it again with Rhonda, but we died here. It's unfortunate. On the second attack, killer's gonna attack again, so they attack twice here. So the first attack, we retaliate, we do 2 damage back. Second attack, 2 damage. We have nothing to protect ourselves because we were short 1 time on a guard. Let's just, for instance, let's see if we bought a guard. We would roll 3 again on the guard. No go. So we lose. That's fine. It would make for a good horror film. What did you guys think? I thought this one was great. I swear. Hopeless is just in here. Nice. It's a shame you died. Yeah, it is a shame. We die a lot in this game. If you do exclamation point dead, you can see probably like 90% of the final girls we've lost. And if you do exclamation point survivors, you can see who's made it and is still alive. Because we're playing like hardcore, so like if a final girl dies, like she's dead forever, she doesn't just come back to life. We can't use her anymore. So what we do is we take the card and we burn it in the candle. Fine, I'll do it. Bam! We've got to add Megan. Why you insist on making me cry inside? We're not actually gonna burn the card, but we won't use Megan again. If that's fair. Think about it like this. Final girl hardcore. You only get 1 life. You get 1 chance with each final girl. We're getting some random music. I'm not sure what it is. I don't have alerts set up right now. Thanks for the follow. Or whatever it was. I'm just not seeing. Ain't nothing but a heartache. You're that sad about losing Megan? What about all those final girls in the who didn't make it? We have Charlie. She died at Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood. Ava, Intruders at Wingard Cottage. Uki, Organism Station 2891. Veronica died to Ratchet Lady at the Wolf Asylum. Christy at Razorface Hellscape. And now we need to add Megan. Eyeless at Utopia. We could do that now. We are going to wrap it up here, though. We need to find somebody we can raid. Maybe Hopeless. Who has survived? Do exclamation point survivors. You type it. Boom! Look at this guy. Exclamation point survivors. Exclamation point YouTube. Exclamation point dead. Boom! Look at this guy. Look at all these people hitting up these commands. You love to see it. Yeah, let's check it out. What do we have going on? What are you guys doing? No, those are commands, not exclamation point command. This dude's hilarious. Yo, Earthborn Rangers, what do you guys think? It looks like Spanish speaking, your game. Don't you speak Spanish? Hablas español? Me llamo Pete. Me llamo Pedro. Me gusta find a girl. Como se dice final girl? Como se dice... yeah, I know. I can tell you speak. You live in Mexico. Looks like we have a Spanish-speaking person playing Earthborn Rangers. It looks like a good game. Alright, folks. Chica Final, I think I already asked you that. It rings familiar. But that didn't get translated. Okay. When you buy your final girls, do you buy them in English? Or do you buy them in Spanish? Because the one I sent you was English. It would be good to know for future reference. But I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Thanks for coming out, watching. Hopeless Diplodocus, you're the GOAT for the gifted sub to your game. We love you. Thank you. Hopefully you can enjoy some Spanish Earthborn Rangers. Thanks, you too. Yo, I'm down to get in a game of Wingspan if you want in a little bit. I'm ready. And trash that vape. Get out of here. Yeah, I will try. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Peace out.